It is not the start Coach Modi and the Breakers were looking for. Just one win from their first 5 games. Tonight, they look to finish what they start. Can they go 2 from 2 against the old foe in Christchurch tonight? Cairns has split their 2 since returning from the States. The Snakes looking to build on their big win over the reigning champs on Saturday. Tonight, it's last year's runners-up. Will they avenge their round 1 loss to the Kiwi side? It's the second game of the Indigenous round. It's the Breakers and the Taipans. And tip-off is just moments away. Kia ora te whānau. Welcome along to Wolfbrook Arena in Ototahi, Christchurch, for Game 2 of the Indigenous round, round 6 between the Breakers and the Taipans. Good crowd in on a Friday night to see the team that loves coming to the South Island, hosting teams. Cairns Taipans only got in at 2 a.m. this morning as well. And that will play into the hands of the Breakers, who have had starts. They've had periods where they've strung quarters together, Casey Frank, but they just have not been able to put the finished product together since their first up win over the Taipans in the season opener.
Yeah, they've been fantastic offensively, finding a high level of efficiency, pushing that ball in transition with a lot of scoring, but it's been the defensive side of the ball and rebounding in particular that has been a bit of a thorn in their side, as they've been unable to get off this 4-game losing streak.
Well, the Cairns Taipans, they are a big, long, physical team, and is a team that Coach Adam Ford has put together, and he loves the look of them. For the Breakers, they are dealing with injuries themselves, and it was a game-time decision for Parker Jackson Cartwright. He's cleared his physical, his test, and he is good to go. And they, of course, are without Zylan Cheatham, who has a broken bone in his foot. And this is how the ladder looks for round 6. We had a game last night, but the Breakers are looking to avoid being firmly rooted to the bottom of the ladder, just 1 and 4. But as we try and tell people who ask how the Breakers are going, they are not a 1 and 4 team. Coach Murray Moa has had all sorts of things to deal with, as every team does in this competition. The Taipans were looking to cement that 2nd spot tonight. And this is how it looked last night. The Bullets, Casey, were physical with the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix in an impressive win, 108. 108 points in a 40-minute game in this league is really good. And of course, tonight we have the Hawks and Kings after this game here in Christchurch. Both teams play again on Sunday, Kings and the Phoenix, respectively, for the Breakers and Taipans as well.
Tough weekend of basketball for 2 teams that are just coming back. As we take a look at this Breakers unit coming together, you've mentioned Zylan Cheatham, but who's going to step in? Parker Jackson Cartwright leading the league in scoring, 2nd on the Breakers in assists, and in the league as well. He has been fantastic, the engine for this team offensively. When he pushes the pace, the Breakers come with him. But can he do it against a stout defensive team in the Cairns Taipans?
Not just stout, but also aggressive defense from that man on your screen, Taj McCall. He is back with the Taipans after having an extended stay in the US for the arrival of his child with his partner. And for Taj McCall, he is an aggressive defender, but makes things happen at both ends of the floor.
And has been a thorn in the Breakers' side since he's joined the league. He always plays well against his team. His offense is pretty good, but it's his defense that really stacks up. And if we get to see this matchup quite a bit, it's going to be interesting. The size, strength, and anticipation of McCall against that speed and ultimate quickness of Parker Jackson Cartwright. Now, Taj McCall straight to Christchurch from the States, so he flew straight in. A little bit of wear on the body. We're going to see how he goes. Adam Ford shared with us that he's a little bit unsure about where he's at, but he's going to give it a go for sure.
Well, for the Breakers, it is defense at the rim which has been letting them down. They are not a tall team. They are not a particularly big team, as this league has been big in size this season. That is your starting 5. Isaiah Liafa gets the start over Will McDowell-White. Abercrombie Delaney and Anthony Lamb will fill in at the 5. So Mathiang will come off the bench as well. For the Cairns Taipans, it is just a long, big team, and they will be looking to impose their will on the defensive end. Bobby Clintman, young star on the rise, the Kiwi Sam Waterberg, and Taron Armstrong, a much-touted Australian point guard in the mould of Josh Giddey. Will McDowell-White as well, who'll control proceedings for the Taipans.
Yeah, they're very happy to have him back, especially with the absence of Patrick Miller, their leading scorer, their leading assist person. Without him in the fold, they're gonna have to find offense and creation from someone else. Taron Armstrong is that guy. He's got that skill set. That's what they expect from him.
So the Kiwis are in their Indigenous brown colours. The Cairns Taipans, by virtue of a bit of a kick clash, will be in their Indigenous round jerseys when they play on Sunday afternoon. In case you're wondering, Anthony Wilson from the Awataha Marae and Tamaki Makoto, again, principal designer of that strip there. Another beauty on the breakers, about to get this game underway. Friday night hoops in Ototahi, Christchurch. And Lamb controls proceedings. It will be Parker Jackson Cartwright. From the handoff from Finn Delaney, attacking the heart of that Taipans defense already. Anthony Lamb finds Abercrombie, throws it away. And that is a turnover to start the game. That will not be what Coach Mody Moore wanted.
You see the Breakers playing, they're stretching this squad out, trying to force some of the length of the Taipans to close out so they get those penetration angles. The unforced error, not the way you'd expect this efficient offense to kick things off.
Side to Kuol. Bull Kuol, fouled by Anthony Lamb. And he will go to the line to shoot two. Bull Kuol played 40 minutes, every single second against the Kings last round in their win. And Bull Kuol, Adam Ford said after the game, I don't know what I would do without him.
Well, they'd certainly have to find some different defensive strategies. He's a pit bull on that end and has developed so well in the last couple of years offensively. See him trying to take advantage of Isaiah Liafa and the size advantage he has in the post there. An unfortunate foul for Lamb. Had pretty much blown the layup, but the foul late sends him to the stripe to hit one.
Kuol, 76% from the line, makes the second. Liafa, Lamb, kicking it out to Delaney. Delaney lost the handle, and it was tipped out by the Taipans.
Oh, Bokwal wants to look at it already, but I think Adam Ford's going to go for it.
Why not?
Early in this one, he's going to challenge this right off the bat. 37 seconds in, or 47 seconds in.
So they will call a timeout in here and have a look. Adam Ford, he feels confident as the angle. Bull Kuol was going the other way. There was a conversation between the two referees, one on the baseline, one on the sideline, as to whether or not. And then they will check it as Vaughn Mabry makes his way over. Adam Ford called time. He wanted them to check it. And now he said no, Vaughn Mabry. So Adam Ford has burned a timeout here, thinking he was getting the review. And Vaughn Mabry has shaken his head and said no.
I'm not sure of the order of operations in that. Does he have to say he's calling a timeout for the replay? Certainly, otherwise isn't going to use a timeout 47 seconds into the ballgame when this team's playing pretty solid defense. But now he has, so they will have to adjust to that loss of a timeout.
Oh, drama here early on in this game. Probably a good timeout for Mody Moore. Adam Ford, he's hot right now. He can't believe it.
Yeah.
And he has a point, doesn't he? That is not going to count, wiped off. So again, this aggressive Cairns defense with their length, just giving them absolute fits at the moment.
Playing like excellent unit on that end of the ball. A lot of rotation, some of it verbal, some of it nonverbal. They have great familiarity with one another on that side of the court. And with that size and switchability at every position, they can really defend a lot of different ways.
Bobby Klintman with the finish.
So smooth for his size. Coming off that screen, Anthony Lamb doesn't have much of a chance with this length advantage that Klintman had at the rim.
Anthony Lamb spinning. Liafa a deep three. Knocks that down, Isaiah Liafa from downtown, hitting the third of his threes percentage-wise. And that is a good look for him early on, getting the start tonight.
Excellent rotation, gets the open shot. Cairns Taipans trying to bring some of that themselves.
Klintman feeling it. Back of the iron, Armstrong with the rebound. Jackson Cartwright on him. Wardenberg with the screen, and now he wants the mismatch with Jackson Cartwright. And that's thrown away. Good switch from Delaney to come across and recognize the mismatch there, and Cairns Taipans turn the ball over.
Look at this young team for the Taipans out there on the court right now. Without imports, going with next stars, some local, fantastic developed products, as well as Kiwis out there. They are trusting that next generation of player.
Jackson Cartwright. Mody Moore felt like he was fouled. He went down. Mayan misses that. Man, rather, and Liafa the other way. Cairns get back. Liafa attacks the rim and puts it up and in. 5 for Liafa early on.
Well, Liafa got the start last time the Breakers actually won their only game of the year against the Taipans because Will McDowell-White was out. He's got the opportunity again today and taking advantage of it early.
Kowal. Delaney with the coverage. Looking to back down. Delaney. Strong move, Bull Kowal.
Well, just had the ISO there. Finn Delaney had the size to keep him from getting exactly where he wanted to go, but a nice bit of skill shown driving across the lane.
Here's Liafa in the corner. Jackson Cartwright broken up by Taron Armstrong. The connection missed to Anthony Lamb. His man. And that's turned over. Abercrombie with the hands. Here comes Anthony Lamb. Oh, and that is going to be a foul, or is it going to be on the floor? It is. No continuation. Mody Moore again is hot. They are not getting the love in Christchurch.
I'd love to see the replay on that one because I'm a bit confused myself as to when the foul occurred. And Mody Moore has already gotten a warning. There we see the turnover. Thomas Abercrombie in the right place. Kicks it up to Lamb. So we see it. So are they calling that foul on Taron Armstrong early before he makes that step? And so that's where the whistle is. The ball still wasn't being dribbled. That's why we see no continuation. Mody Moore,
I think Mody Moore, I think he wants the foul call on Jackson Cartwright when he went down a couple of possessions ago. If you're going to call that foul up at the foul line, but now it is going to be 2 shots.
No,
or just one shot. They've counted it. It has counted it.
Well, we were watching replays. They had a discussion.
Everything we just discussed doesn't matter.
Wait a minute. Did a coach just change an official's mind?
I think that's what happened. Armstrong, strong move.
He's such a strong frame for a young player. Straight to the rim, attacking that. First touch with the turnover, but he makes up for it pretty quickly afterwards.
Don't mention referees making mistakes and changing their minds to correct the right call.
I never said anything was a mistake.
Jackson Cartwright knocks down that 3. Breakers with a 6-point lead.
Finding some form from the outside early in this one. They got a lot out of that late comeback of the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, building on that same level of intensity early in this game.
Excuse me, we have 11-5 in the venue, obviously 11-7 on your screen there. It's Klintman. The Swedish native goes down. Bobby Klintman, what a promising future he has.
Just so skilled, has fantastic size, the strength to play multiple positions in the front court, but it's this skill set coming off the on ball, coming across the lane, taking the bump, still able to get the ball up on the rim even though he's a bit off balance. And that ability to create opportunities at the free throw line, so important when you don't have the entirety of your offensive repertoire. Once again, Patrick Miller out tonight after taking that hard foul, has that back issue. And they're looking for areas to make up in the points department without him on the court.
Clinton good on the second. 11-8 is the correct score. Cartwright with that left-hand finish, and there's the call for Mody Moore, who's been working everybody right now. Jackson Cartwright just so quick, has long stride as well.
Taipans just switching everything and willing to give Sam Wardenberg this matchup up top. Sam Wardenberg, excellent defender. He can guard a lot of guards in the competition, but that is a big ask against Parker Jackson Cartwright on an island at the top of the key. One of the quickest players in the league, and he's got a lightning first step.
Well, when you're Wardenberg and you're at least a foot taller than the guard, you just feel like you can block that shot anytime, but Jackson Cartwright is an elite scorer for any size. He was Bundesliga MVP last year in Germany, as he is at the line now, shooting two. Meninga in the game, Sam Meninga from the North Shore of Tamaki Makaurau. Wardenberg as well. Little shimmy from TJC, knocks down that second.
Just integral to the Breakers scoring efforts. Aggressive early in this one. We haven't seen this type of aggressiveness from him right off the jump too often this season.
Three ball, that's good. And that is Mayan with a corner three.
Rotating the ball around the perimeter nicely, forcing the Breakers to really close out with depth.
Jackson Cartwright misses that three. Matiang in the game for the Breakers. And the Breakers, a real strong feature last season in their championship run to the grand finals as the ball is zipped around. Clintman crashes the glass, Leafa with it, and then Clintman will be called for the foul. Breakers are a poor rebounding team this season. Early sample size, but they are last by over 6 rebounds.
Yeah, Poor's putting it nicely. They have struggled on the glass, and it's going to be a real challenge to keep the length of this Taipan squad off the offensive boards. A lot of strength as well. Mengo Matiang is a guy who can help in that department, but it has to be a collective effort. The Breakers, especially with Zylan Cheatham out, not a big team, lost a lot of athleticism, so the guards have to come in and help as well.
I feel like Adam Ford has got 3s and 4s out there for his 5 as Delaney misses that. I don't believe there's really a true point guard out there with Clintman bringing the ball up.
Look at that length, though. I mean, just unbelievable size on the court for the Taipans.
Clintman for 3, and he knocks it down. Will McDowell White in the game, and he just shrugs his shoulders as Clintman shoots it over the top of him.
Who needs a point guard?
Cairns.
They got hoopers, baby.
With a 2-point lead now on that 3, and there's Clintman. Here we go on the open floor. Clintman with the flush.
What a start for Bobby Clintman. The next start, timeout to the Breakers, as Clintman has been fantastic offensively. Up to 9 points already. 3 for 4 from the field, a rebound, a steal, getting it done early.
Well, it has been a difficult start to the season for Mody Moore and the Breakers. And tonight he's looking to rectify that 1 and 4 beginning.
Coach playing excellently on the offensive side, one of the most efficient teams in the competition, but struggling defensively. How can you make that gap close a little bit in terms of the efficiency on both ends?
I feel there's a lot we can do better on both sides of the ball. There's some small things that we need to improve on the defensive end. Some of them stem from losing Zylan and the ways we used him kind of don't fit other players. Some of it is competing. Some of it is discipline. There's a lot of areas we can be better at.
When you look as a collective have to lift in the absence of Zylan Cheatham as a team, there's a lot of areas that he contributed to that you just don't have that personnel for anymore. Where are some areas that you do think you have the personnel that can make up for the missing piece that you have right now?
We're not looking to make up for Zylan not being here. We have a deep team with a lot of very talented, tough, intelligent basketball players. We need to change a little bit how we do things in order to utilize those skills the best, but we're not looking to make up for anything. We just need to go out and compete. Everybody needs to be a star in their own role.
Appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
17-13, Breakers with a timeout after the Clintman dunk 9 for him. Just over halfway gone in this first quarter at Wolfbrook Arena in Christchurch. This first of 2 games in Christchurch before Christmas. Will McDowell White with the ball. Kowal on him, gives it up to Matiang. Meninga with the coverage on him. Matiang tying up ball call. Meninga trying to stay with McDowell White, does a good job on him, and it comes off McDowell White's leg. So another turnover. That's turnover number 5 for the Breakers in this first quarter.
And the second consecutive from Will McDowell White there. Not the way you want to come out of a timeout. You need to do a better job of execution. Doesn't have that hand bandaged anymore, but of course, there may be some issues still lingering from that earlier broken bone that he had on that left.
Wardenberg, the turnaround is good. Sam Wardenberg.
Just so talented offensively. His size, his length, and his soft shooting touch on display there with getting into the paint and using everything to excellent advantage.
McDowell White looking for the ISO. Crosses up, finds Delaney. A little low was the pass, so he puts up the runner, can't get the bounce. Falls back to him. Man all over him. And
Ooh,
Finn Delaney.
unsportsmanlike.
Had the unsportsmanlike foul call on Mayan as well. Just came down a little bit hard on Delaney, who muscled up. And that's 2 shots and the ball for the Breakers.
Well, from here, it just looks like he knew he was up in the air, wanted to get the hard foul. We'll take a second look at it on a replay here. Nice save, comes down and just brings him down. I mean, I understand the sentiment, but, you know, every once in a while you can get rocked by a foul, right, Finn? Finn Delaney will head to the line now. 2 free throws and the ball on the sideline. Got to make that play for the ball, even when you're coming down. And certainly the unsportsmanlike rule is trying to get those kind of unnecessary plays out of the game. Delaney missing the first. And draws the Breakers to within 5. His first point of the ball game.
14 seconds. 14 seconds.
No Patrick Miller. Taron Armstrong sits, so they're going with this big 5. The Cairns Taipans.
Interesting that we have not seen Taj McCall yet. If he's not out here in the first quarter, I'd be pretty surprised if we do see him. He did fly straight into Christchurch as we see an illegal screen on Finn Delaney. Turnover number 6 here in the quarter.
And so the Breakers, more turnovers. There's Taj McCall on the left there. Taipans with 19, 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Lamb back out there. Fires it into Mayan. Matiang doing a good job with defense, and that's a 3-second call. Easy to make. Matiang just shuffling that defensive pressure with the feet. Shutting off all daylight for Mayan.
A beautiful pass by Gak right into the paint, but Matiang just closes the space, absolutely swallows up the paint in that instance, taking away the opportunity for a decent look. And now the Taipans have turned it over for the 3rd time this game.
Armstrong back, Mayan sits down. Anthony Lamb with a strong, quick move, and he traveled too quick.
Turnover number 7 in the first quarter.
The Breakers averaged 13 turnovers a game. They are well on their way to beating that one if they can't control things early on. As Clintman's 3-ball bounces over the back of the backboard.
Breakers going with that zone, almost a 1-1-3, where that rotation has to get all the way back to the high post to take that away, but you can see where the Taipans are attacking it, reversing it quickly from guard to guard, making that high defensive player rotate. A little late, what didn't hurt that time, but it's hurt him a few times here in the quarter.
Montas Rustavicius with the ball, the next start for the Breakers. Delaney in a crowd, a pit of snakes underneath the basket. And it stays with the Breakers.
Delaney and Clinton.
Delaney has some things to say.
A little something to say there.
To see a little bit of discussion between the players that doesn't get too gnarly. So we're just making sure we're getting the clock right. 19-14 in Christchurch, 2:41 to go in the first quarter. Matiang with the high catch. Puts the crossover on. Felt the bump.
Wow.
Yeah. With the defense, no whistle coming.
Looked like a lot of contact, but unwhistled as mentioned. Taipans rotating the ball with speed, forcing this defense to rotate.
Bull Kuo kicks it out. Armstrong stepped out, and it will be Breakers' ball.
Well, it's close to the giving season. Maybe that's why both teams are just giving the ball away here in the quarter. 13 turnovers. So, pardon me, 10 turnovers in total now.
Kicked out White. And then another illegal screen on Finn Delaney. Did he get him in the headset, Vaughn Mabry?
Second personal foul on Finn Delaney. He's saying he's got me in the headlock, taking another look at it. There's the screen. He just had that arm shot out, hit Armstrong in the face.
Smart move from the young man. Big raps on Taron Armstrong. Josh Giddey, Australian point guard. He's for Oklahoma City Thunder as Parker Jackson Cartwright gets the youngster. He loves his game. This is Josh Giddey. Love Josh Giddey's game. He's on my fantasy team. He's classified as 3 positions, which is great when you're playing NBA fantasy.
That is
point guard, shooting guard, small forward. I digress. It's Taron Armstrong in the line.
After we've had Moles' fantasy team check in, we'll talk about Parker Jackson Cartwright getting a foul there and Taron Armstrong going to the line. 5 personal fouls. The rest of the quarter, the Taipans will be heading to the free throw line. And that discrepancy early is a great place to earn those points when at times you struggled. Big lead now for the Taipans here in the quarter, despite being down some personnel. Looking like they're going to go without imports this evening.
I got Giannis at 8 in my draft.
That's a good draft.
21-14.
You could be an NBA GM.
I've given up on free throws, obviously. Ristavicius with the 3-ball. And he's an old next star. He's 21 years old, the Lithuanian. He strokes that 3 here in Christchurch. Bull Kuo looking to back down. Taron Armstrong all over the place. What an athletic move, but he couldn't get the finish with the defensive pressure. Lil McDowell White pulls the trigger. Matiang on the glass. Ristavicius with a little floater is good.
Look at the skill. Look at the skill. The 3-pointer the play before, and then the soft hands on the behind the back before the little left hand push shot. Displaying that skill set.
And then Meninga with the strong move underneath.
Straight at Matiang on that one. Matiang's had a good couple possessions, but unable to turn that finish. Sam Meninga looks like he lives in that weight room and put it to good use on that finish.
The drive from Cartwright, high off the glass. They want a 2-for-1, so Antonio pulls the trigger. Matiang. And then Modi Mao doesn't want the 2-for-1. So Jackson Cartwright walks it up over half court. They'll wind it down. There's a differential of around 9 seconds. Dow White. Jackson Cartwright. Put it up for Matiang with a finish.
Beautifully played. Drawing multiple defenders off that down ball. Got to give Parker Jackson Cartwright so much attention. Matiang takes advantage.
Here's Taron Armstrong for 3 to win the quarter, front of the rim. And that'll do us. First quarter done and dusted. And it's the Taipans, the visitors, who got into 2 a.m. time, New Zealand. Here in Christchurch, they have a 2-point lead, 23-21. 2-point lead for the Cairns Taipans at Wolfbrook Arena. The locals out on a Friday night. And we're about to get the second quarter underway. Bull Kuol has the ball for the Taipans. Going with their traditional away uniforms and the Indigenous round, bit of a kick clash, so they decided to let the Breakers have their Indigenous round unis on. And we've got a foul to start the second quarter.
Yeah, foul on Stivicius. I like the way Bull Kuol just attacks him. They get the isolation up top, he's got the space, and he just goes straight at the body, gets him on his hip, knows the contact's coming. Mengo Matiang defending the rim really well for the Breakers, but the foul from behind on the Lithuanian.
Bull Kuol back at the line. Gets the roll on that one. 3 or 4 from the line tonight, 25-21. Jackson Cartwright out there with Stavicius, McDowell White, Matiang, Abercrombie. There's Jackson Cartwright straight into Bull Kuol. That is a tough foul to take, even though Parker Jackson Cartwright is smaller than Kuol. He is full noise driving to the rim.
I don't know how you defend better than that. He's in excellent position, was there for help side. Parker Jackson Cartwright attacking the rim, got some space off the initial point of a contact defender in Antonio. And Kuol, I think Coach Adam Ford will be happy with that type of defensive effort. If he can continue to get in that position to try and get that whistle to go his way.
Defensively, the Breakers up there, the best in the league. It's just their defense that has been leading them down. The leading scorer in the league is Parker Jackson Cartwright, as we said at the top of the broadcast, is Kuol. Look at the glass action for the Breakers there. Everyone crashing at KC.
We talked about rebounds tonight. Mengo Matiang, he's a guy who can really dominate that space and dominate on both ends when he gets it going.
Kicks it out. And then a nice pass from Bruce Stavicius, and Matiang just lost his footing there a little bit, flipped it up, left it short. Cairns with the stop and a 3-point lead here with the ball. Kuol trying to get around Matiang, and that will be an easy foul to call.
And those are the fouls when you're the lone true big for the Breakers. Well, Dave Pinot as well off the bench, but a lot of the inside activity is going to depend on Matiang. You can't get those fouls up top, and he gets a ping to the first one early. He goes to the bench.
Coach Moore just saying, I need to show that hard.
Yeah, you gotta understand personnel when you're going out there in certain positions. And in that spot, you're not worried about the shooting coming off there. So let him have it. See what you can do later.
Kuol. Delaney in the game for Matiang. Wardenberg. Good rebound from McDowell White. Good box out from the next start. Bruce Stavicius, and he has the ball, and he puts it down with the right hand.
So showing a beautiful ability to finish at the rim, and that soft touch is just sublime.
He has 7. Bull Kuol likes it. Going the other way. Abercrombie, the vet, with the steal. Klinman ready to check in for the Taipans. Jackson Cartwright again bending the Cairns defense to breaking point and draws the foul.
And you see it on the Harvey Norman replay, just rejects the screen, gets in there on Armstrong, rolls into multiple players. And just not bad defense, but inside that charge circle, moving around with contacts created. And Parker Jackson Cartwright has an excellent understanding of how to get to the cup, as Sam Wardenberg has to check out of the game with a bit of a cut on the arm. So a little bit of blood coming down that left arm is his.
Taron Armstrong will enter the fray. Jackson Cartwright at the line. 6 points tonight. He's 3 of 4 from the line, just 1 for 4 from the field. And before him, this is that one. Mody Moore imploring the crowd to get loud. He wants some energy at Wolfbrook Arena. And Jackson Cartwright makes the second. Locks it up at 25. Clinton attacking. And then we've got an offensive foul. Bobby Clement, and then we've got...
Looks like he smashed his head on the ground when he went down.
Mustavicius with the hard knock here, and he's taking a moment to get back up. You know, he just...
He might have taken a knee to the back of the head, from Finn Delaney. Near a shin.
Bang, right there. That is unfortunate. Mustavicius will take a seat as Clement comes over and checks on him, which is nice to see.
Next stars take care of each other. Unless they're guarding each other, then less so.
Next, Bobby Clement also talking to some of the fans there courtside as well. Jackson Cartwright. Delaney for three. Armstrong with the rebound. Here come the Taipans. Armstrong with the move. Gets it back from Clintman. And then just a cheap foul on Jackson Cartwright, and that is number 2 on him.
Just unforced errors for the Breakers here in the first half. Had all those turnovers in the first quarter. A couple of fouls out here to start in the second. Just in areas they don't need to be as aggressive as they are. Parker Jackson Cartwright, he wants to be a nuisance defensively. He wants to be all over those point guards to make them feel the pressure when he's guarding them, but he just does not need to get that foul early, especially with how much the Breakers depend on him offensively.
Armstrong putting up a runner. Ball falls to Delaney. Good effort from the Breakers on the glass tonight. Winning the rebound count so far. Turnovers, though, are killing them as Clement steals the long pass. Clement finding Mayen in the corner. And he stepped out, but that was an athletic catch. Adam Ford and Wardenberg are discussing this because they don't feel like he stepped out at all.
Yeah, they're saying, the officiating crew, Marty Clark, saying that he touched the floor before he saved that ball, because he did save it, but it's that other foot. Bobby Clinton, fantastic steal, but then just loses it in transition. And tough to see from that angle if his foot went down or not.
What about this angle?
They're talking about replaying it. They're talking about a challenge. Oh, that's going to be close. That is going to be close. That left us right before we got a clear look at it. And it is being challenged right now. Timeout is called, so Coach Adam Ford didn't get that one early, but he gets that one now.
But they are going to have a look at it. This is some of our favorite bits of TV coming up with a full frame of the referee.
They're looking tight on it on the officiating stand. Tough to see if the ball is still in his hand when it actually touches the ground. So there, foot touches.
Now
ball still in the hand.
Oh, you can't call that. That's obscured. That's obscured. You can't see that.
It's still in the hand.
You can't make that call.
You could easily see it.
Oh, unreal from you. It's going to be a quiet car ride back to the hotel tonight.
So there it touches. It's still in the hand. You see it leaves his hand at that second.
Well, Casey's called it. It's going to stay with the Cairns Taipans.
And the next time I get one of these replays correct may be the first time. This is a tough angle. Tough angle, as you said, it is obscured. You can't see exactly when the hand touches. I think it's going to be a difficult one to overturn if you can't see the clear evidence that it's not in his hand.
And here comes the call from Vaughan Mabry.
Yeah, they're still looking at Vaughan Mayberry.
They're still looking at it, are they?
He's waiting. He's waiting. They've been looking at the replay so long, the coaches have actually just finished their timeouts. They've got the players out there on the court, and it does look like the Taipans are sitting there thinking they're going to get it back. Bobby Clinton's standing there saying, my ball.
Still talking about it, still having a look at the angles.
This challenge is successful. The call has been... The coach's challenge is successful. The call will be overturned. It is a Cairns ball on the sideline with 19 seconds on the shot clock.
I'm dreading this car ride back to the hotel now. Casey got this right.
No, I got it wrong.
You said that we got rid of it,
I think it might be just
and
down,
that it was successful.
just down a little bit further.
So it will be Cairns Taipans ball after all that.
And there's 19 seconds.
Great athleticism from Mayan there to save a wild pass and then throw it off the opposing player. 19 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Mayan has the ball. Will Kuo. Clinton. Working the shot clock down to 5 now. Kuo with the drive off the glass.
He's been very aggressive offensively. And not just shooting the basketball, but putting pressure on the back line of the Breakers defense to keep him from getting the cup, unsuccessfully so far.
Taron Armstrong rather, too strong. Dragged the arm down to Finn Delaney. He's called for the foul, and that will be number 2 on him.
Well, the Breakers need to find a way to punish the switches of the Cairns Taipans, and one way is to get the smallest guy in the court against one of your premier pros players. That time, Taron Armstrong gets the whistle for the foul on Delaney.
Del White lost the handle.
Josh Roberts trying to affect the game defensively.
Del White affects the game offensively, gets that little floater in. Breakers lock it up at 27. Kuo
Aggressive.
with a knockdown 3.
Silences the crowd, up to 10 points, 3 for 4 from the field. And he is leading the way offensively, playing tough defense on Tom Abercrombie on the other side.
The scoring punch of Patrick Miller out. So Kuo taking it upon himself. He cleans up the rebound there on the Delaney miss.
Breakers are struggling against the switch to get clean looks at the rim and get their offense going smoothly.
Using the handle there, Lamb stays in front of him. Still 10 on the shot clock. Armstrong, Liafo. Good defense from Liafo. And then we've got a foul on the floor before the move was made. Isaiah Liafo will be called for the foul. Vicious will check back in for the Breakers after taking an inverted knee to the back of the head. Abercrombie will sit down. Armstrong sits along with Roberts as well.
And the Breakers give it up a bit of size, and Anthony Lamb played a lot of 5 in the NBA, but he's here to play more on the perimeter. Finn Delaney, the other interior player.
Bo Kuo, 12 points for him.
Hooping, coming off a 40-minute game last week. Always known as a stalwart defensively, but carrying the load on that end with great efficiency. 4 for 5 from the field.
Still no Taj McCall in this first half for the Cairns Taipans. Liafa squares up, put it to the left. It's Clinton with the ball. Side to Meninga. Going to back down Delaney. It's 2 New Zealand forwards going at each other.
Auckland v. Nelson. Sam Meninga.
That's Delaney's 3rd foul as well.
Got those 2 offensive fouls, screening. And Taipans know that, looking for that isolation in the post, throwing it to Meninga. Nego Matiang's going to check back in the game. Finn Delaney.
Tough first half. Yeah.
Just 1 point. 0 for 4 from the field.
Delaney shooting the ball at an excellent rate this season. A 50-40-90 player. 50 from the field, 40 from the 3-point line, and 90% all overs from the foul line on that one. He's actually shooting 56% from downtown, this Finn Delaney. And then go with the second. 32-27, under 5 to go in this half now. Del White and Liafo Giving it back to each other as McDowell White just pulls the trigger on the three. Matiang with the rebound, and he puts it up and in.
Best performance of the season for the Breakers from Mingo Matiang here in this first half. That's his 5th rebound to go with 4 points, and his effort on the glass is important for the Breakers tonight. He is the lone soldier back there right now.
And Mingo with the miss. Good defense from Matiang. Comes Anthony Lamb. This is that three.
Breakers really struggling in the half court against the switching defense of the Taipans. Just unable to find any of those driving and passing lanes to really make the defense bend.
Wardenberg misses that, but it just falls to Mahan. Clinton in the corner. And he goes down.
Stepped on the sideline before he got that shot up, so the turnover called, and unfortunate for him.
And a timeout for the Breakers. 3:51 to go. Down 4. They're going to have to do something about how they read the switching Cairns Taipans defense in the snooze timeout. Because Liafa and McDowell White were just passing it back and forth before McDowell White took that three. Matiang crashing the glass, and that seems to be the offense at the moment. So we'll have a listen into what Modi Moore has to say here.
Bad switch, ball call 3. Then bad 101 defense layup. Then bad 101 defense, no switch pull-up. We need to get stops. When we have time to set up in 22 down, set up, please. Stay on the top. Take the high post. You're at the top and you're at the top. Take away the high post. That's the only place they're going. When we run, find Will and go. Come on, play the shake, man. Ball comes, Mango's there. Take the screen and attack. Menenga's on you and Will has the ball. Shoot it or ghost for him. Alex, bring Menenga into the ISOs. Yeah.
On the high post. If the guard is getting pulled all the way here, and then they throw it into the post.
Then he turns around and you did exactly perfect twice. You did perfect twice.
Let's go.
Hey,
Everybody else tell the guard where to go. Finish strong here. Let's go.
Hey, let's
Well,
go.
not concerned about the offense, just wants to get that defense right. The offense will come eventually for the Breakers, especially when Parker Jackson Cartwright gets back in the game. But right now, he's concerned about those tweaks defensively, especially in the zone, where the Taipans continue to attack in that high post.
Well, as we said earlier, Casey, it hasn't been the offense that's been the problem. It's been defending the rim and getting stops.
Bukwal harassing Will McDowell White up the court. Can they get to that handball action that Modi Moore was calling for?
Lamb for 3. Matiang again on the glass. Can't get the finish though. Rebounds for Matiang. 6 now. Brings to Vicious with the steal to Lamb, who's pushing it. Lamb in the open floor around 3 snakes, and he puts it in.
Well, transition so important to the Breakers offense. You get 1.12 points per shot when they get that ball in transition, but you got to get stops to get those opportunities.
Kowal stroking that 3 front of the rim though. Offensive rebound for the Taipans, gives them a fresh 14. Mahan clears out the defense. Liafa with the closeout. And then it's Wardenberg who crashed the glass, but it will be Breakers' ball.
Picks up the rebound, but can't keep possession. The Taipans attacking the zone nicely, especially on the glass, finding some second chance opportunities there. But not to the level that we've seen the Breakers get hurt on the glass this season. Overall, they're bending but not breaking just yet.
McDowell White. Liafa. That 3 is off. Kowal. Mahan kicking it out. Clinton checks his toes. Strokes the 3, misses it. Still this 2-point advantage for the Taipans. Lamb, aggressive. And then he's fouled. It counts. Anthony Lamb showing the muscle.
He hasn't found the range from deep, 0 for 2 from out there, but 3 buckets on the interior. Hasn't missed when he's been driving. He's creating fouls, getting buckets on the rim. Such a strong player has a great frame to take the punishment when he does get fouled, has tied the ball game up. A chance for the Breakers to find their first lead in a fair few minutes.
Well, Anthony Lamb spent a lot of time with the Golden State Warriors last season. He's come to the Breakers looking to play probably more a traditional three-man role with this Breakers team, but he's, through circumstance, forced him to start at the 5 and play a bit of 4 as well with the injury to Zylan Cheatham as Mayan drops a 3.
Well, the type of zone the Breakers are playing is just challenging the Taipans to find some efficiency from 3. They're able to hit that one now, 4 for 14 from deep.
Lamb thought about it, now drives at Klintman. Gets an up and under with the reverse. Anthony Lamb coming alive in this quarter. He's got 10.
Well, he shows with the ball and then excellent footwork to get to the weak side of the rim for the reverse after the drive.
All tied up at 36. Gat breaks the deadlock.
And when you're in a zone, you're willing to give up that mid-range shot to a big at about 15 to 17. That's not one that the Breakers are going to get too upset about. It's when the guards get those catches there that it really hurts them.
Baseline, kicking it out to Liafa, and he stepped out, no, he traveled. Another turnover, and that is turnover number 12. They only averaged 13 through 5 games. And that's just killing them at the moment in this first half with 1:08 to go.
Yeah, the turnovers are a struggle. Neither team doing great with them.
Breakers in the zone. Klintman with the pass, it's too high. Ball down low, and then a foul. Is that Klintman? That is another foul on Bobby Klintman. That's number 3 on him.
Should head to the bench for the last minute. It looks like it as Madroni comes in. A little high on the pass. The opportunity was there, but once again, the hustle's there. Nothing wrong with the effort, just the execution for Klintman. That's twice he's just trying to reach for a ball, get another extra possession and getting pinged with a foul unnecessarily.
That's just classic net star play from Bobby Klintman. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, finding his rhythm, finding his game as a professional. Bobby Klintman, great to see so many net stars in the league this season as well. He has a bright future. This does Mantas Rubstavicius. And he is good from the foul line. And so it is a Breakers 1-point lead. Rather, a Taipans 1-point lead.
It goes back and forth. It's a seesaw here in the first half.
Armstrong back in it. Going at Will McDowell-White. Picks up his dribble into a little bit of trouble as it knocked away. Regathers. And then it's Liafa stealing it. Oh, what a block by Bull Kowal!
It's just phenomenal defensively. He is putting out so much effort out there. 12 points and lockdown on the other team side as well.
Differential of about 7.5 seconds. First half coming to a close here. Armstrong picks up his dribble. Kowal, 2 to shoot. Puts it up. Can't get it to go down. Ball is bobbled, 5 to go. Will McDowell-White, 3 from midcourt. Left it to the left. And then, no, that is not going to be it for the second quarter because we still have time remaining as the shot at the floor before the clock ran out. So we're just going to check. Casey Frank is up out of his chair, ready to do halftime interviews. Well, we've got a fraction of a second to go in the second quarter. The Breakers all looking back on the floor. I reckon we've got about 0.3 to go.
0.3, that sounds like that's what the call is.
Well, I heard the director say it.
0.3 is, well, you just
Excuse
go
me,
along with
the
it.
producer. So I stole that one.
Well, gotta be a tip, so this is most likely just to be an inbound and quarter over, but always good to get it right.
Get back up there, man. You got interviews to do. I can do this.
I got plenty of time, bro.
You got 0.3 of a second. We haven't even put it on the clock yet. You can stay for a little bit.
There's the issue. Can't leave you alone. You get
You don't know
time
what.
back on the clock.
I'll start talking about my I'll go into my super coach team.
There we go.
I got 3 breakers in my starting 5 this week because they got a double.
Got to promote those league properties.
Yeah, sorry.
Von Mayberry.
I've got Lamb, I've got Jackson Cartwright, and I've got Finn Delaney.
Homer.
Oh, they got a double round. Don't zoom in on me. Call me a homer and then zoom on me. It just feeds a narrative I'm not prepared to address on X.
You got to go with the doubles on the super team.
You do.
That's where the efficiency is.
Please don't cut back to us. Also, when you go the doubles as well, you get caught out because you're only allowed 2 trades per round. I've already used my bonus trades.
Right.
So I've got like another, 12, 13 rounds to go.
Fair, but not fair. Yeah, okay.
So we've got 0.01 in the venue.
It says 0.3 on the manifold.
It says 0.3 on the scorers table, but we're going to go with 0.01. And you can do your interviews now, Casey. That'll be the first half, a little bit of a delayed end to that. But the Breakers and the Taipans, it hasn't been a high scoring affair, 38-37. But it has been a highly entertaining first half of basketball here at Wolfbrook Arena in Ototahi, Christchurch. And we're waiting for Casey to get ready for those interviews. Mantas Rubstavicius is with him.
Montas came out there in that first half and found some flow offensively. What was the key to finding the ability to penetrate that defense?
I just come off the bench and bring the energy for the team. It's the best way I can help for this team now. So yeah, I'll bring the energy of the bench.
Took a knock in the head. How are you doing? Any ill effects from that?
I'm good. All good.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. I got Bull Kowal here coming in. Bull, fantastic effort offensively. What's your mindset coming in with some of the top scorers for the Taipans coming out picking up that load?
No, I just need defense. I think we allowed too many layups, and for me, I got to be better defensively.
That's a lot of pressure on yourself for a guy who's already playing fantastically defensively. How can you guys be better defensively?
Just locked in. I think when we're locked in, we're a great defensive team.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
12 points for Bull Kowal and the Cairns Taipans. They have a 1-point lead. 38-37. We'll come back after the break and break it all down for you.
Let's
welcome back. Halftime highlights. And Bobby Klintman and the Cairns Taipans came out strong, forcing the Breakers into turnovers. And the Breakers found a way to unlock their defense without turning the ball over, Casey Frank.
There's a lot of switching by the Cairns Taipans. The Breakers were struggling with early, eventually finding a way to penetrate the defense and finding some success in transition. Bull Kowal carried that load in the second quarter, really taking a lot upon himself to be a creator with the ball in hand. The turnovers were the story of the first half, though. 10 turnovers for both teams. Neither team able to take advantage all the way. But when you look at the turnovers combined with that lack of efficiency from behind the three-point line, you see why we got a tight one. The Breakers playing to a higher level defensively than we've seen from them this season. But the Cairns Taipans, they've been there all year, and they're making it difficult. And for the Breakers as well, even on the rebounds will be a big bonus for them if they're able to keep it up in the second half.
Yeah, 17 apiece, just 4 offensive rebounds for the Breakers, 3 for the Cairns Taipans, and that has been a sore point for the Breakers, not just offensive rebounds, but also defensive rebounds as well. They come into this contest the worst rebounding team by some way in this season so far, but round 6, their first game of the Indigenous round, they have looked to have crashed the glass, and Rivstovic, he's looking like a 21-year-old who has had international experience and can score the ball with ease.
Well, just a heady player, smooth under pressure. He's nonplussed when the activity comes his way. We saw his ability to finish in traffic at the rim in transition, and that soft touch is something the Breakers are going to be depending on here in the second half to keep that offense flowing.
And Rivstovic, he was actually the leading scorer at the World Under-20s for Lithuania as well. So he has a finesse game, and somebody who is bullish on offense has been Bull Kowal. He has been doing it at both ends for the Taipans.
He's carrying the load offensively, the only double-figure scorer for the Taipans. And it's been the mindset. You can see how he's driving to the lane. He's getting the matchup he likes, and he's using his strength, his physicality to score. Found the range from deep as well. One of those out there for a team that struggled against the Breakers last time out from beyond the arc. That's so key. But it's what he does defensively that is of uber importance. This chase down block, taking away a sure 2 points and changing the complexion of the game right before going into halftime. So key for this squad.
So for the Breakers, it's pretty simple, really, even though they tighten things up in that second quarter. Don't turn the ball over.
Absolutely. Turnovers are the #1 thing. Second is rebounds. If they can hold in those 2 areas, they'll put themselves in great stead in the second half. For the Taipans, they're short-handed. They're playing with a lot of heart. They've got young legs as well. Will that matter down the stretch?
Yeah, and they also have long arms and tremendous dedication to defense. A tribute to Adam Ford's coaching as well, but they're a little bit light in the backcourt. Taron Armstrong carrying the load for them there. We'll take a break. 38-37 at halftime in Christchurch.
I just wanted to talk very briefly about the bids in the halftime hoopla. So $1,900 was donated to the Taipans Foundation, whose mission is to give the youth the opportunity to participate in basketball by removing financial obstacles. Pata was our teenager who sadly passed away, and I'm very proud to have been his partner with his foundation in his life to give all youth equal opportunities to develop their basketball skills. Big thanks to PNZ at the amazing halftime hoorah.
Welcome back. Third quarter around the corner here at Wolfbrook Arena in Christchurch. The Cairns Taipans with his 1-point lead, 38-37. And Anthony Lamb got going in that second quarter, Casey Frank, showing the class that he has with that NBA experience, a smoothness to his game, and just can shift gears in an instant.
Attacking the rim extremely well, especially in transition, putting a lot of pressure on the defense off the dribble with the footwork underneath to the left hand, taking Bobby Clinton down in the grindhouse. But you see the matchups that they've got. The undersized Breakers team, they've got this Taipan squad has to put a 4 or a 5 quite often on him, and he's got the ability to put the ball on the floor and take advantage of his quickness when he's able to do that. When you're looking at the tail of the tape in this first half, it's the turnovers, it's the rebounds. And the initial matchup between these two teams this season that the Breakers won, 21 turnovers in the games for the Cairns Taipans. If they have another 11 turnovers in this half, they're not going to be able to win. They have to do a better job of taking care of the pill.
Well, foul trouble for the Breakers. Finn Delaney has 3, picked up 2 cheap ones on screens, and then a third to send him to the bench. Bobby Clintman has 3 as well for the Taipans. He has 9 points at halftime. No Taj McCall into the first half. Probably looks like that he won't be a go. He just flew back from the States after staying for the arrival of his child with his partner. And so that just leaves them a little bit skinny in the backcourt. No Patrick Miller tonight. Taron Armstrong, the young Australian phenom, getting the go tonight, of course. Big raps on him and his future.
Well, what a performance by a young Taipan squad. A lone import, Josh Roberts, not much of an effect on the game. Hasn't had much of an opportunity to play this season. Got in the first half, but this is an entirely local squad that's out there playing good basketball, putting themselves in position at halftime to steal one on the road against a team that they've already lost to earlier in the season.
For the Breakers, of course, no Zylan Cheatham. He has a broken foot. He's due to come back in around about, I want to say 5 to 7 weeks, probably around about round 12. All things going to plan. Breakers don't plan on bringing anybody in as injury replacement.
Breaking news.
They may just ride or die with this squad. We're underway in the third quarter. Things may change. They may bring somebody in. Someone might become available. He says he covers his tracks as Leafa knocks down a 3 to begin the third quarter for the Breakers.
Parker Jackson Cartwright back into the game. He had foul trouble in the first half and instantly affects things, draws multiple defenders to the paint, finds Isaiah Morioho Leafa outside.
Here's Armstrong. Armstrong going at Delaney with his 3 fouls, and Clinton with a big rebound.
He's got the size, he's got the mismatch down low, he needs it.
Quick move, good read from Clintman. And is that a delay of game warning?
No, I think just lost it. And when he knocked it out, so just calling it back. But I love that possession from Bobby Clinton.
That was smart.
Heads up play, first attacking the glass when Parker Jackson Cartwright's there to block him out. He knows he's got the length. And then recognizing he still has that mismatch straight to the post to request it.
Went quick, but didn't go too fast as well. But that helped come over. Jackson Cartwright strokes that three. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's such an ask for Sam Wardenberg to guard him in the switch. You got to be concerned about the drive, but he gets him with the step back that time.
May have led with the arm as well on the drive there before he knocked down that three. I think that's what Wardenberg was talking about on the way back down. Is Kowal driving. Bull Kowal.
It's just a phenomenal display offensively for him, and we know what he does defensively. He's probably not going to come out of this ball game unless he fouls out of it. We're going to see him on the court in the entirety, and he is just locked in on both ends, carrying that load offensively up to 14 now.
He played all 40 minutes against the Kings last round. Jackson Cartwright, another three. Mahan with the rebound. And we had a double dribble before Wardenberg went over half court.
Got to say, I was looking down the court to see where the action was going to happen.
So was I, but I managed to see what the referee called here.
Here it is, Sam Wardenberg. Oh, Sam Wardenberg.
No, gutted.
Oh, no. Somebody turn around and help the big fella out. Guards are supposed to dribble it.
Gannon Ford went with, I would say, 0 guards. With all apologies to Bobby Clinton, who'd like to say he's a perimeter player as well at times. But in that first half, and that is another turnover, a shot clock violation.
Finn Delaney's got to look at the ball, at the hoop there. That catch, low clock, no low clock, that's his shot. He's shooting fantastically from beyond the arc so far this season. And that's one, even though he didn't get a lot of looks in the first half, he's got to look to take down in the second.
56%. Turnover, Wardenberg, another one, Delaney. There's 3 Taipans around him and he squeezes it in. Finn Delaney.
Well, this is when the Breakers are at their best. They get a stop, they push the ball, they have opportunities at the rim. Finn Delaney showing off the skills there.
Liafa on the floor.
That's a backcourt.
It is. Isaiah Liafa with the turnover, forcing it in. Tom Abercrombie before that, picking up Wardenberg and leading to the Finn Delaney bucket. And good pressure from the Breakers. Gives them a 3-point lead. And the possession here.
Well, the Taipans did well in that first half, getting that ball through hands, giving multiple people the opportunity to initiate offense. Probably need to do a bit more of that here in the second half. Luke Wall up there by half court, that pressure with that third defender in the sideline really affected him.
Abercrombie for 3. In and out. Here comes Kowal, Jackson Cartwright, caught on an island with Bull Kowal, who just takes 2 strides and finishes with the right hand with ease.
Well, if he sees Parker Jackson Cartwright when he's get that catch, he's just going straight to the cup. He just knows that there's no resistance defensively to what he can offer.
Jackson Cartwright gets it back. They've got Kowal on him as well. Liafa, Wardenberg switches up on him. 5 to shoot. Liafa. Oh, he knocks down another 3. They started to count it down at Wolfbrook Arena, so he just knocks it down.
Good defense by Wardenberg, but better offense. Isaiah Liafa getting his eye in now.
He is dialed in defensively as well. Abercrombie on Wardenberg as well. Klingman into the chest. And is that
charge called?
A charge called on Bobby Klingman? It is. That is foul number 4.
Tom Abercrombie defending, sliding, using his feet well. Take another look at the replay of the step back from Isaiah Oho Liafa. On the other end, Tom Abercrombie stepping in front. Klintman thinks he's got the N1 instead. Goes the other way. Foul number 4. And that's going to be tough for a squad that's been dependent on him tonight. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals.
As Abercrombie getting it done in this third quarter to start us underway. Jackson Cartwright with the spin and the finish with the left.
Well, that help side has to be at the basket to deter that rim attack. Otherwise, he's going to blow by that first defender.
They are an excellent third quarter team, the Breakers, this season. They just haven't been able to close games out. And then the Breakers again get a turnover and a stop. Jackson Cartwright with the afterburners. Left-hand block. Full Kowal. Another block for him. Adam Ford wanted the time out of the bucket was made and waved it away after that block in transition.
Just from in front, that's not the weak side. That's just the anticipation, the athleticism on display.
Delaney with the finish on the cut, and there's the timeout for Adam Ford. Breakers now with an 8-point lead. With 5:54 to go in this third, they have started hot here in the third quarter with a snooze timeout on the way.
Yeah, the quick inbound beat the Kramer crew that time, unable to see that as Finn Delaney cuts back door. And a nice little backdoor cut, easy pass, and suddenly the Breakers are in control of this ball game, have come out here in the second half strong.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Come on, let's go. They want layups. They want fucking layups. Hey, let's do this. I want us to run a bit of 52. I want Bull, you to be the second screener. I want you to be rolling, look to pop, see if you can't get high on.
Be ready and fucking shoot it.
Hey, but we got to get some ball movement, and we got to be able to defend one-on-one. Go on, Lee.
Apologies for the language, but you'd love to see it from Sam Meninga. It's his first season in the NBL. Adam Ford let him talk for about 45 seconds of that timeout. And they are angry. Sam Meninga is dialed in. From the North Shore of Tamaki Makaurau, Sam Meninga, welcome back to this part of the world. And the Cairns Taipans, call time, down 8.
Well, let's see how they respond out of that timeout. Are they able to execute with a higher level than they've shown here in the third quarter?
Miafa's on-ball defense is superb to open up this third quarter. Living with that shot by May, and again from the foul line. And that is a settler for the Cairns Taipans.
Good read out of the double. Sam Meninga sees that defender come and gets to the shooter.
Jackson Cartwright did everything right except put the finish in.
Put the brakes on. Just a little too fast.
Antonio in the corner kicks it out. Plenty of time for the Taipans. Oh, man, with another shot. This time it's a 3.
Well, got his eye on that little mid-range, and then the defense just drops down a little bit too low, so he takes advantage from 3. Just the 5th of the ball game for the Taipans. They're shooting 33% from 2.
Great response out of that timeout for Cairns. Jackson Cartwright. Meninga on him. Drives, kicks, Liafa, corner ball. Isaiah Liafa with another 3.
He's found the range from deep, up to 14 points, 4 for 6 from behind the arc, and on fire here in the third.
Antonio in the corner. Mayan making things happen here.
That's a quick release.
He finds the shooter.
That is a quick release out of the corner. Antonio did not have that ball in his hand for long, but gets it out of the holster.
Jackson Cartwright can't get the finish. Here comes Koala the open floor. Lamb, did he get a piece of it? Koala gets his own rebound. Antonio. Lamb with the rebound. Here comes Jackson Cartwright over the half court.
Pace has quickened for both teams.
This quarter just felt like it started. We're almost at 3.5 to go. Lamb tried to fire it across. Great work from Meninga. Antonio to Mayan. And Finn Delaney picks up foul number 4.
Man, he wants the
unsportsmanlike
that he got hit with.
He has a case.
I think slightly different.
A little bit different.
Didn't look like Delaney came down on him quite as much.
He has a case.
Taking a look at that. I think they're going to go to the replay, and they're going to take a second look at it to see if it is deserving, and that is what they're doing right now. Is it deserving of an unsportsmanlike foul? So normal foul called on the floor, but they're taking another look at it. Love that fast break from the Taipans. Old school basketball, the ball doesn't hit the floor. Passing it up, running, putting pressure on. They've responded well to that run by the Breakers where they looked well in control of the game for about 2-3 minutes there. But man, with a couple of buckets and some solid defense changed it.
On number 70.
It is an unsportsmanlike foul.
70.
So 2 shots in the ball for the Taipans.
And that's the 4th on Delaney as well.
Mayan, he was quick to say, I got hit with that in the first quarter.
He knew.
He did.
You called it on me. Turnabout is fair play. Delaney to the bench with 5 points and 4 fouls. 4 fouls on Clinton for the Taipans. No one else in the game with more than 2.
It wasn't like Delaney was trying to stop him from shooting. He'd already left the floor. He just came down on top of Mayan. And he misses the second there, but it will be Cairns' ball. So Finn Delaney, 4 fouls on him. Just got to make a play at the ball, try and sell it a little bit. Easier said than done. Taipans' ball. Down just 2. We're down 8. Cool timeout. They have fought back. Kowal, Matiang in the game. Turns the corner. Floater. Matiang knocks it away. Jackson Cartwright stepping through. And the foul is called. Parker Jackson Cartwright. An absolute blur.
Jeez, that's quick. That is just quick, man. He's got 3 defenders back there, and he's got them all changing directions with their heads. They don't know exactly where to go.
There is zero hesitation in where he's going here.
They're just unable to contain that guy once he gets the ball in hand. It's all predicated on stops for the Breakers. If they get stops, they will score in transition more often than not.
This is the first. Parker Jackson Cartwright, 12 points tonight. Leads the league with 22.4 points. And he misses both here. Tough trip to the line for Breakers fans. Cairns down 2. Bull Kowal with the ball. Oh, good rebound on the offensive end from Meninga, but the Breakers survived that putback.
Needed a bit more patience, didn't have any bigs around, could have taken his time.
Stavicius kicks it out. Lamb. Foot 3 is good. Anthony Lamb. 13 for him in the game.
They're perpetrating the action on the Taipans here in the second half. In the first half, the switching defense forced the Breakers into decisions. Other way around here in the third quarter.
Mayan, the Lithuanian on him, the next start for the Breakers. In a bit of trouble. Great trap from Mathiang, and Rube Stavicius on the sideline forces the turnover.
Excellent aggressiveness defensively. Remember in the first half, Mathiang got in trouble with Coach Modimore for showing too aggressively outside. This time he's able to do so without fouling. Rube Stavicius stays inside the double as well, forcing that step on the sideline.
Lamb feeling the corner. He's got 16.
Well, man, just a little bit late to challenge that one, and that was cocked and loaded before he got there. Lamb finding that range offensively.
Meninga, Matiang on him. A little bit of a show from McDowell White. Kowal, front of the rim. Great rebound from Antonio. And that is the second team foul on the Breakers in this quarter.
Taipans have lost that motion they had in the first half. When they've been playing well offensively, they've moved that ball around a little bit more before they got to those isolation plays, either in the post or from Kowal out there on the wing. Here in the third quarter, just not forcing the defense to move enough.
Wardenberg misses that. Lamb couldn't control the rebound. Meninga kicks it out. Armstrong. Wardenberg fires it into the corner. Bull Kowal, 2 to shoot. And we've got a blocking foul on Parker Jackson Cartwright. That will be foul number 3 on him.
Looked like excellent anticipation on Kowal. Used that quickness to jump in front of the dribble as it was coming across. Taking another look at it. Stops his feet, gets over, and yeah, just a little bit late. Nice call by the officiating crew. Is just the third foul on the Breakers here in the quarter. Jackson Cartwright will go to the bench with his 12 points.
Left it short, Leafa with the board. Lamb's feeling it. Another three ball. That's his third of the quarter. He's got 19.
Leaving the hand pure as a driven snow out there on the Southern Alps.
Breakers up off the bench. They are loving it at Christchurch. The lead is now 11 in the third quarter.
Well, the Taipans were able to fight off that first run by the Breakers in the quarter. There we see the Lamb triple off the pass. Not a bad challenge, not late, but he, as mentioned, has his eye in now, has found the range. 3 for 5 from deep in the game, 7 for 9 from the field overall for those 19 points, leading scorer in the ballgame.
I'm glad I put him in my super coach team this round, Casey.
It's a bold call, but the correct one. And the question now is, can this young Taipans team come out and respond once again? That last time out, they were able to come out and start finding a little bit offensively, making little things happen. To me, it's just they got to get that ball through hands. The Breakers have struggled this year defensively, especially in the half court. And here, just trying to go from the point of attack, just dribbling at the Breakers defenses, letting them off the hook, move that ball around, get the defense going to side before you create an advantage.
And it's not like he's doing it from one spot as well, Anthony Lamb. He's hitting it from different parts of the floor, albeit those two spots are pretty close together, but he's on the other wing there, above the elbow, and he knocks that one down. 3 threes in the quarter, 19 in the game for Anthony Lamb.
Breakers shooting 50% overall, and the efficiency of Lamb a big reason why.
It's their 10th three of the game, 10 of 22.
I like this. Adam Ford puts him in the flex to get that ball in through hands, get a little bit more movement, force this Breakers defense to react.
Another turnover, McDowell White swoops in. Whips to Vicious to his right. Oh, puts it up and in. The next star with the and one.
And he's up into double figures now with 10 points. Perfect from the field. Searched out the contact on that catch. Didn't avoid it, didn't try and finish on the other side. Turnover forced there. Anticipation of William McDowell White in transition, finds Roops the Vicious. And then Qual just caught in the bad position, wanted a challenge, but just gets underneath the legs. And one opportunity now.
Completes the three-point play. Armstrong. He's fouled on the drive.
Well,
that is shots coming up for Taran Armstrong.
Pardon me, Moles, but the Breakers have sped up the Taipans offensively here in the third. A little bit more pressure further up the court. Not giving them that same level of comfort when they're swinging the ball around, doing a better job of getting in passing lanes and taking away driving lanes when the ball's put on the deck.
Well, in their first game of the season in round one, they had a 31-point third quarter, did the New Zealand Breakers at Spark Arena over the Taipans. They've come out and almost done it again here with 59.8 to go as Armstrong misses the second. Matiang with a rebound. They've got 29 in this third quarter, and they've blown this game wide open at 14 as the clock winds down. 10 minutes to go. Lamb can't get the roll. Matiang almost grabs the rebound, but he's fouled, crashing the offensive glass.
Actually, I think that 30th point was on the N1, so they've hit the 30 after scoring just 37 in the first half. Absolutely lit up the scoreboard here in the third, finding form in transition.
Mayan with the foul there, that was his third. So Vicious with the drive, puts it up for Matiang, who has it swiped away. Taran Armstrong comes away with it. Roops to Vicious with the blocking foul. That's shots coming up now for the Taipans. It's a little cheap one, but it is the 15th foul with 29.9 to go in the third.
Well, nice
a little
job.
bit of coaching from Modi Moore.
Yeah, nice job by Taran Armstrong there in transition. Had that opportunity for perhaps go for a 2-for-1, even though it would have been a short clock had they done it. But able, with that little behind the back dribble, to bait Roops the Vicious into the foul.
Armstrong makes the second. Lead is 12, 29.9 to go in this third quarter. McDowell White, difference of around 4.5 seconds. McDowell White with Antonio on him. 6 to shoot. Lee Alpha for 3. Mr. Vicious went flying out of bounds. Wardenberg gives it up to Armstrong. 2 to go in the third. Wardenberg to close it out. And the Breakers, Mr. Vicious wants to talk about, he was pushed out of bounds, but that is the third quarter over. And we will have 10 more minutes of basketball at Wolfbrook Arena. The Breakers with a 12-point lead. They had a big third quarter, 30 in it, and they have a double-digit lead in Christchurch.
Taking on the Cairns Taipans, November.
It is the first of 2 games here in Ototahi, Christchurch. Game number 1 of the Indigenous round for the Breakers and the Cairns Taipans. Fourth quarter underway. Mayer with the ball. The Breakers with a 12-point lead. A 30-point third quarter. What do the visitors have? They came to Christchurch at 2 a.m. this morning. How much gas is in the tank? On the baseline, it's kicked out to Mayan. Can't get the roll. Clement in the game, and he can't get the rebound. McDowell White has it.
A solid offense, but unable to convert. Taipans need to do damage on the offensive glass. Use that length in that area.
Off the bench tonight was Will McDowell White. He pulls the trigger on the 3 and knocks it down. And he looks up at the sky and says, where has my shot been?
It's been a struggle.
It's been only 30% for Will McDowell White from the floor so far this season. And it's the 11th 3 for the Breakers in this game. Wardenberg stepping through. Does it count?
It does.
It does count.
Out the bucket.
Sam Wardenberg, what a move.
Well, they need a spark from somewhere. In the Harvey Norman replay, we take a look at Sam Wardenberg going through the body of Will McDowell White, had picked up that basketball before he gets it up, showing off that soft touch. 4 points, 6 rebounds in the game, 3 assists as well. Continues that streak of the 3 rebound, 3 assist games. He's a guy who can contribute in a lot of areas.
Misses the N1. Abercrombie, who's been playing excellent defense for, dare I say it, a player his age, the veteran minutes. He's out there now for Liafa. McDowell White gets it back. 8 to shoot. Man on him, crossover. McDowell White off the glass and in. Will McDowell White feeling it now?
Well, that back line of defense confused, worried about Matiang underneath, turned their back to open up that driving lane and the finishing ability of William McDowell White.
Bull Kowal to Clintman. For all our talk about the length and size of the Cairns Taipans, the Breakers have unlocked this defense as Clintman strikes the 3.
Oh, they desperately needed something from deep there after that third quarter. Oh, got a tee on Modi Moore.
Yeah. Modi Moore, just too much chat on that sideline.
Not sure if it's a Modi Moore. Called on the bench. Didn't see exactly what happened, but saw the point in that direction.
Called on Modi, and Mayan makes the technical foul shot, so it will be Breakers' ball after that. Ford Breakers in double figures tonight. Lamb leads all scorers with 19. 3 for the Taipans. Kowal with 16. Did most of his damage in the first quarter as Will McDowell White. Didn't start tonight, but he's going to finish this game strongly.
Well, this is the aggressiveness we got so used to seeing from him a season ago, where he would just attack defenders when that helped him come. He's got the size and strength. If you're just going to put a smaller defender there on that switch, Armstrong comes in and just lets McDowell White get too deep into the paint, goes to the fadeaway, takes the contact, the hoop, the harm, and a chance for 3.
Took Taron Armstrong off the dribble. And he makes the 3-point play conversion. Breakers lead is 14. No Patrick Miller tonight for the Taipans. Here's Abercrombie's defense on Wardenberg. No Taj McCall, he is available, but just not feeling right physically after coming back immediately from the States after the birth of his child. It's Kowal, goes at Lamb. Lamb with some stout defense, but Bull Kowal with some finesse down low.
Yeah, he struggled a little bit here in the second half of finding the ease of finishing he had in the first, but still stellar offensively, 18 points now.
Finn Delaney loitering around on the baseline there.
Doing a better job of attacking the switches and taking advantage when they have the opportunity. That time Delaney against Armstrong in the post.
Anthony Lamb came back and called for a sub. Liafa is up off the bench. And Armstrong's fouled on the drive. Let's keep an eye on Anthony Lamb. Is he just blowing hard a little bit, or does he feel something here?
Yeah, just tired.
Anthony Lamb will go to the bench.
Need to blow. That fresh southern air getting to him.
Armstrong at the line.
Second personal foul there on William McDowell White.
He might be just feeling the effects of a little bit of cramps going for the energy gel there. The pickle juice.
Pickle juice, always helpful. Except for the taste buds.
Armstrong makes the second. And Ford looking for something different here. It's Madronia off the bench and in for Armstrong. Looking to give Taron Armstrong a little bit of a spell as we wind down the fourth quarter. He picks up Will McDowell White, giving him a different look. Alex Madronia now picking up the assignment. Liafa has it. Delaney backing down Madronia. Clintman shows. And Finn Delaney is fouled.
Well, much better patience in the second half from the Breakers. That first half, that switching defense really had them sped up in the half court. They weren't decisive with where they wanted to attack. Now they're finding the opportunity. Finn Delaney with Madronia in the post goes straight to it. Coach Adam Ford, he counters. Madronia back to the bench. Going back to a bigger lineup with Sam Meninga in the game.
That guard bench life is cruel sometimes for Alex Madronia, man. He gave it all, man. He tried hard. I feel for him.
Tough to be a sub.
Yeah.
Sometimes you only get that one chance. Gotta make it count. 15-point ball game, under 7 minutes to go. The Taipans have to string stops and buckets together.
Mayan for three. Oh, strikes another one. Mayan's got 13 now.
8 for 23 from the three-point line as a team at 35% are the Taipans.
That man was 16 rather. He's been really good for them. They'll need more of it though. They're down 12 now. Breakers ball. McDowell White putting it up and in. Will McDowell White, welcome to the game. Coming in clutch off the bench tonight.
12 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, along with a steal.
He's only averaging 9 points coming into this game as Wardenberg goes down. McDowell White is called for the foul. Wardenberg took a blow.
McDowell White was a bit perplexed about the foul, but certainly looked like some heavy contact to the solar plexus of Wardenberg.
This is third is for Will McDowell White. On the top of your screen here. Just got tangled up.
And he'll head to the bench.
Will sit down. Matiang will come in.
Motioned that he was okay, didn't need to come out, but Josh Roberts will get an opportunity again here in the second half.
Well, that is the 4th team foul on the Breakers. There's 6:05 to go in this game, so just keep an eye on this situation here. It is by no means over. As Clintman looks for 3. Lamb
Blocked that.
got a piece of it. Will McDowell White for 3. Too much time, it seems, as Meninga pulls down that board. Kowal, turn around over Liao for Metiang with another rebound. He's been great on the glass tonight. It's 10 for him.
That's the story of the second half for the Taipans. 1 pass, no pass shot coming up. Not forcing that defense to bend to the same level they did in the first.
Metiang averaging just a tick under 5 coming into this round on the glass. Lamb driving now, kicking it out. Abercrombie, corner ball.
Good late hand by Kowal.
Yeah, that's a nice recovery from him.
Just annoyed that shot enough to force the miss.
Meninga going on Lamb. Ah, quick spin move. Sam Meninga, what a play from him with the N1.
A good strong move. Felt all that weight that Anthony Lamb was putting into his back with that form. You can see it there, and he just spins right off it, sucks him into it. The brilliant footwork in the post, the left hand to finish, the hoop, the harm, and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
That is 5th team foul for the Breakers. And it's 81-69.
And the question is for the Breakers defensively, do they pull back a little bit or do they stay aggressive with that mindset that has done so well for them to gain this 11-point lead as Meninga closes the gap to just outside double digits?
Under 5 to go. Liafa gets it back from McDowell White. Liafa can't give them a 3-ball, a good stop from the Taipans. Basket here, and it is game on. The Breakers have been unable to close games out with this 1-4 record. They can't get the rebound.
Great tip by Josh Roberts there, keeping possession with the Taipans. Under 10 on the clock now.
Modi Moore is thinking about a timeout, I reckon. Kowal has it batted away. Under 2. Meninga. McDowell White. Delaney to his right. Here's Lamb. Liafa back to McDowell White. Gonna burn some clock here. Down to 14 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to operate for McDowell White. Gets into the lane. Gives it to a cutting Delaney. Outside to Lamb for 3. In and out. Great look from the Breakers. Can survive that one. Turnover, McDowell White with a steal. Liafa to his left. Gives it back. Pretty basketball in Christchurch.
Oh, that might be the final nail. Just over 3.5 to go, but that turnover, that's a backbreaker. Just when you thought you played enough defense to get possession to give him an easy look in transition as a killer.
Kowal, right hand, Matiang, another rebound, make it 11.
Del White might have taken a knee to the thigh there. He's trying to stretch it out a bit.
Lamb with the face up on Clintman. Goes on the baseline, stuffed.
Nice block. Josh Roberts there. Taking advantage of his opportunity here in the second half.
Hasn't seen a lot of time as Josh Roberts in this game. Young man from Manhattan University. Meninga bullies his way inside and he'll go to the line again.
Well, you love free throw opportunities when you're down like this. Adam Ford's going to call a timeout. Get the chance to get to the line, get some points, and set up your defense.
Will Del White, foul number 4. 83-70 here in Christchurch, under 3 to go. And this is really good from the Breakers in the second half, Casey, but the Cairns Taipans, they have got a lot of fight in them.
There's no quit in that squad, a young squad for sure. They don't have 2 of their imports. Just bringing in some new blood. Thought they were going to have Tajir McCall today. He is unavailable. They came in last night, didn't land till 2 in the morning, so certainly getting a little fatigued here in the fourth quarter. The Breakers know that. They're pushing the pace. They're attacking in transition. They're attacking ball handlers to a much greater degree than we saw from them in the first half.
83-70, the Breakers are shooting 50% tonight from the floor. No Taj McCall for the Cairns Taipans, just not feeling it physically.
Three minutes left in this game. Breakers have done a better job of taking care of the basketball in the second half, but still 17 turnovers for the game. Meninga with 2 free throws. Chance to cut it to 11. And then that door is only slightly open if they can get a couple of stops together.
So Meninga at the line. 2 of 6, 6 points for him, 7 rebounds, 2 on the offensive glass. Makes the first from the free throw line here at Wolfbrook Arena in Christchurch. Breakers had the Sydney Kings on Sunday afternoon. Cairns Taipans play Sunday as well.
Well,
extend that pressure. None of that make is Parker Jackson Cartwright just manages to save it, but he's trapped in the corner. And he throws it off that man's foot, and he does not get it to go his way. Parker Jackson Cartwright's Cairns Taipans ball. 11 is the lead, 2:45. Plenty of time here for the visitors in Christchurch.
where do they go for the answer? Clintman with the ball in the hand. What can he create? He's got the size on Parker Jackson Cartwright.
Need to get him in the post, Clintman, if they want to take advantage. Oh, Wardenberg with a long J.
Shows the skill. 6 points in the game for him now. Pressure up the court.
All over Jackson Cartwright. Oh, tough catch from Matiang, who spins and flushes it down.
It's the athleticism you love to see put on display. Out jumping Meninga to get the ball before finishing above the rim to go back up double digits.
Delaney all over Wardenberg. Clintman here, giving it down to Meninga. Down low, lost the handle. Wardenberg puts it up and in. Sam Wardenberg, there's no quit in the Kiwis on the Taipans.
Back-to-back buckets, back to 9. Taipans showing some pressure. Need to get that ball out of the hands of Parker Jackson Cartwright.
The offer is there at midcourt. Minute 46, time is not on the side of the Taipans.
They've got a lot of fouls to give if they do decide to go that route.
And there is one now for Wardenberg, who's got 2 fouls, so that will be his third.
And the third on the team as well here in the quarter, so still another couple before they go to the line. Subs in for the Breakers. Matiang goes to the bench, bringing in the free throw shooters. Thomas Abercrombie checking in.
The Illawarra Hawks and the Sydney Kings playing next. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix is next for Cairns on Sunday afternoon. Jackson Cartwright kicking it out. Abercrombie puts a nail in the coffin for this game.
And his first bucket of the night is the one that slams the door shut on the Cairns Taipans' winning hopes.
Klinman.
And one.
And one. Bobby Klinman. Parker Jackson Cartwright got him with the block.
Jackson Cartwright picks up foul number 4, I believe. As we take a look at the Abercrombie triple. First bucket's a big bucket. And then the foul on Cartwright, number 4. Clinton with the finish.
Dagger 3 from Abercrombie, but Klinman comes back down. Learn 3 the hard way here if he can make the foul shot. And extend that pressure on the make. And it's timeout, Motumoa on the Breakers. 77 seconds to go. The Snooze timeout, Adam Ford and the Taipans. What can their length and pressure do here? Will there be any doubt creeping in the back of the mind of the Breakers here? They haven't been able to chase down leads from other teams or close games out in the second half. And this fourth quarter, still a little bit of time to go, Casey Frank.
And just 12 for 18 from the free throw stripe today, with just under 67%. Still a couple of fouls to get to that point for the Taipans if they decide to go that route. Just not enough time to play solid defense for the entirety of the shot clock.
No Patrick Miller, no Taj McCall for the Taipans. No Zylan Cheatham as well for the Breakers. And their coaching staff felt like it just started to click for the exciting import. He's out with a broken foot.
And of course, the Breakers' lone win this season against this Taipan squad in the season opener. Have lost 4 on the trot since then. And the Taipans having to come to New Zealand twice before a return trip comes their way. Of course, after this game, the Breakers 3 on the road in tough ones. Sydney, you had the Kings first this weekend, and then Tasmania and Perth after that.
Well, the Breakers, by virtue, if they win here, they shoot up to 8th on the ladder. The Cairns Taipans drop from 2nd down to 6th if they lose here. Still plenty of basketball. Can they get a turnover here, the Taipans? Delaney in a little bit of trouble, gives it up. Jackson Cartwright is fouled.
One for the steal. Once they didn't get it, 1 for the foul. Now they're gonna have to do that again. 18 seconds still left on the shot clock. You see Meninga gets a hand in there. And Meninga to the bench now. Antonio checks in to match the quickness of the Breakers.
There's a 4th team foul on the Taipans. Jackson Cartwright. Liafa on the drive. Has it knocked away. Abercrombie's there. He's been terrific with all the small things in this game. And Wardenberg called for the foul.
Well, why do you do that? 4.6 seconds left on the shot clock. If you're gonna foul, do it immediately. Don't wait till the end of the possession. Unfortunate mistake there. 4th foul on Wardenberg, and he's pointing to Coach Adam Ford and saying that was his mistake.
And we'll be back here November 30th. The Adelaide 36ers in town in Christchurch. As Jackson Cartwright misses another foul shot. Just 4 for 10 from the line tonight. Jackson Cartwright, just 12 points for him. Make it 13 now. League's leading scorer. Tremendous game from Anthony Lamb, especially in that 3rd quarter, knocking down 3 threes. Menenga left it, but that man and cleans it up. And Liafa and the Breakers working their way up the floor with this pressure from the Taipans. 89-81.
Much needed victory for the Breakers. They've been desperate.
And Abercrombie, he gets a bucket and gets a nice round of applause for the veteran from the Christchurch fans who turned out here to see the Breakers win their second game of the season. They put 91 on the Taipans. And as Jonah Antonio misses that three. And that'll do us. The Breakers will come away with a 91-81 win here at Wolfbrook Arena, and they're getting a nice round of applause from this Christchurch crowd. It's 91-81. Your Foot Locker player of the game is that man on your screen, Anthony Lamb. 19 points for him. 3 of 7 from deep. He broke the game wide open in the third quarter. They had 30 in the third quarter, and we'll be back to wrap it all up after the break.